Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here to share messages that get from Spirit for all of us who are all on this journey to love and to reunite with our divine vibrational matches in this lifetime. And today I'm going to share a channeled letter that I did for a lady. And I'm going to also share the email that she sent me because she said that hopefully it will help others on their path. And because there has been the Lion's Gate recently, and there has been, we have to, the messages always be open to the magic of what happens and to trust in that, even though it may feel 100% like it's not going to happen. So I'm going to read the letter that I channeled for her first of all. So this is it. So this is the letter she asked for a letter from her twin. And she had a specific question. She wanted to ask what her twin thought of her plan and her plan for them. So I didn't know any of the details of about what the plan was or anything. So this is the answer that came through. Her twin said to her, I think she must follow the voice inside of her, the eternal voice that leads us both back to pure love, the pure touch of the hand of light, of God, of truth. As long as she is following that, she'll be doing what we planned for, what we agreed to do together, what we came here for. So yes is the answer. I agree with it. Expect twists and turns and dead ends. Your intuition will guide you the way, even when it may feel that you have got blinkers on covering your eyes. But like a horse, see before you. Look forwards with the eyes of your heart, and you will always be going the right way. And the horse, the white, whenever I see white horse, that's always spirit, your soul, your spirit guiding you forwards. And so it was interesting that at the end of the letter he says, be like the horse and see before you. Look forwards with the eyes of your and our heart, and you will always be going the right way. So that was the letter, and then I will read you her email because this gives more context around it. So she says, wow, Nikki, you need to know my plan. My twin resides in Mexico and I live in the USA. Long story short, I asked my twin to marry me. When I do, to be honest, I thought he would reject me like so many other times in the past when I jokingly expressed to him that we should be together. But a couple of days after the shock, but unexpectedly, he said yes, and I couldn't believe it. But a couple of days after the shock, we started to make plans and talk about all the paperwork that we needed and the options we have to marry here versus Mexico. Then he went quiet for a day, and I can feel him doubting and going heavily into his mind and overthinking everything. I sensed his panic. We finally talked, and while trying to give him options and make it easy for him, because I know of his terror to commitment, especially with our connection, because as we all know, it triggers all of our insecurities. Well, it happens he triggered me as well, big time, because when he mentioned divorce, what will happen if we ever get divorced? And it hit me hard because I'm a divorcee, and like we all know, with divorce, she's gone through 3 years of hell. My ex-husband takes everything from me, even my kids. My twin notices my sudden change of energy on my voice while we keep talking. I don't remember the rest of the conversation because I was trying hard not to cry and not to feel rejected again. In my mind, I just kept thinking, how can he think about divorce before we even get married? So I ended the conversation really fast and started crying, thinking how suddenly everything went so wrong. He called me back a minute later. I guess he realized what had happened. But he can say I'm sorry, but he can't say I'm sorry, just like I can't say I'm hurt. He tried to fix the situation by joking. I really don't remember what was his excuse for calling me back, but my wound was already open and bleeding profusely. We haven't talked much since then. Like he says in the letter, I feel like we are in a dead end right now. Interesting that in the letter it says You'll feel many twists and turns and it will feel like a dead end, but continue, right? So, but it gave me, so yeah, like he said in the letter, I feel like we're in a dead end right now. I do not know how to move backwards, to realign, because we need to do it together. But it gives me peace to know that it will be a trip, to say the least, so we better enjoy the ride. Thank you again, Nikki. You are so accurate reading our energies. Please feel free to share it. Hopefully we can help by sharing our story. I am well aware of what we need to heal as a pair. He is terrified of marriage, and I am terrified of divorce. I know we will find the way out. Our happy balance, our compromise. Sending you all the love and light from our hearts. Wow, you are very welcome. So I know that you'll be listening to this, so you don't need me to tell you that you just need to speak to each other and tell each other what you're afraid of. And then, you know, it's out in the open, and then you can support each other through that, because it's, you know, so many things. It's always what we don't say that gets misconstrued and then can get, you know, really out of whack, let's say. So just to say good luck, and I responded by saying, oh, that's so brave to ask him to marry you. It's just amazing. You know, this is the thing. We're breaking boundaries, you know, and following intuition. That's the biggest thing. So I'm going to end this message, because this is going to be specifically around this letter, and this, you know, that letter just says, and her email just shows exactly the polarity, you know, like the mirror. She knows that she's afraid of the divorce and he's afraid of the commitment, you know. So again, that's the perfect twin flame balance, you know, having to find that way forward and honoring each other's triggers. So the message that I'm just going to read the channeling again. So I think she must follow the voice inside of her, the eternal voice that leads us both back to pure love, the pure touch of the hand of light, of God, of truth. As long as she is following that, she'll be doing what we planned for, what we agreed to do together, what we came here for. So yes is the answer. I do agree with it. Expect twists and turns and dead ends. Your intuition will guide you the way, even when it may feel that you have got blinkers on covering your eyes. But like a horse, see before you. Look forwards with the eyes of our heart, and you will always be going the right way. Well, there you go. So, as all things mystical, magical, and I'm going to see a play tonight at the theatre, and it hadn't really crossed my mind. But the name of the play is Constellations, and I hadn't really looked at that beforehand. I was more drawn to the actor in it, who's the guy, Chris O'Dowd, who plays in Bridesmaids, and he's a really funny actor. And I really like him in that film. So I saw that he was playing in London, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll book tickets. And when I just read the review just a minute ago, it's all about basically stars aligning, people coming together, the constellations, right? Now it makes perfect sense, but I hadn't looked at that at the time. So as with always, it's always about trusting in intuition, trusting that we're being guided, trusting that our intuition will lead us the right way, even though, just like in that letter, it may feel you're taking on twists and turns and dead ends. But this message is just to say, keep on going, and all the love in the world to that beautiful twin flame couple, because it takes some nerve to, you know, to come out and just be upfront and just say, come on, will you marry me? So I hope that this all ends, I'm sure it will, ends in a blissful ending. So yeah, thank you so much, because that really, like I said, it was the Lion Gate, right? So it needed some magic. That was my intent, and then that came through. So I thought I'd share it with all of you. All right, I hope that helps. If you would like to have a healing, a reading, a channeling, or to get any of my books, Please do, all details are in the description box against this video. But in the meantime, I hope you stay well, stay bright, and stay switched on to the light. See ya, bye.